by that title, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the reason why I say this is a lot of people don't realize what they be doing, right? They don't realize how deep they've been got into something. This is why I be telling people, be careful how deep you dive into some of these books. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, it's all got like a certain bias already built up behind it before you even start digging into it. Period. So boom, when we go into it, yeah, I don't know if people have seen it, but like it done been in multiple times where these two get into it, and this necessarily was like when Anton Daniels and Tukay was going at it about basically Anton Daniels tried to use the thing when the man said about the barber and just try to use that and say basically if you don't want to pay the price for the barber, you could just keep it pushing. First of all, y'all, let's get it. Because one thing about it, we have a lot of different people that we don't realize be actual agents that be pushing certain agendas. And the way that they do it, it be clear to see, but you don't realize it, right? They might not even be going through the same thing or seeing what actual society is. They might not be touching grass, as how the jit said. You feel what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, and then you gonna have people already. You already know how it is. You gonna have people like, well, this is the truth about this and that. There. Yeah, but if you listen to what the dude 2K was trying to say, basically he was saying is if a system is cricket, and we trust in the system and they've been proving it. Like I be telling y'all every time, we got 47 presidents, 47 attempts, and ain't none of them do us no justice in too many areas. You get what I'm saying at all. So when you start to look at it, don't complain about the prices of things at the same time. But a person like him would just sit there and they're blaming on black people. When not only black people actually going through it, but it's just Americans, period. That's why I be talking about y'all gotta race this stuff. Y'all gotta watch this stuff because they be on some racist stuff and they be trying to shake hands with the certain individuals. Now let me get to it. A derogatory term for a Native American is a apple. So, or how you want to say a person, how nowadays they'll say what? A Uncle Tom. So this is what we dealing with. This is when somebody is so knowledgeable or so deep into politics and stuff that they become one of these same people that you know that they look upon and don't realize that these people have nothing in favor for you especially. But when it comes down to a whole group of overall, business is business. So if you understand the business mind concept, you can understand how they even play around with things. So even when he was trying to make a point about big business, big corporations lose money, no, they don't, bro. For them, it's a nimble cycle. It's not, you don't have control of nothing that's actually going on. The only thing we as the people have control of is what they tell us. That's it. You don't know what's actually going on with these people. You can't even say nothing about that. So how can you sit there and be like, oh, black people or people got bad spending, and then you say black single women? So like you could tell, bro, obviously was hurt by his high school sweetheart or whatever was going on in life because he haven't still forgave it. You know what I'm saying? He still haven't forgave her, whatever happened. And that's cool, bro. But you can't be taking that out on the world. This is what I mean by false leaders. We have these people everywhere, and what they do is make you feel less of a person because you're sitting up there trying your ass off, busting your ass. You know what I'm saying? Damn near be about to dead. You think a person ain't gonna learn how to save money when it come down to their safetyhood and their livelihood of their kids and their whole entire family, bro? So you think people out here just doing this shit on purpose? So this is what I'm talking about. What's good, pork chop? See, this is what I'm talking about when we talk about people that's like agents. This is what it is. He's one of the CIA agents on Matrix. When you see him over there, he switched to each different person. You know why? Let me break this out real quick. He's one of the people that's switching to the agents or the people, the political people of that's in power. So with a person like that, it's no hope. He's telling you just keep following the same system that's fucking you over. Keep following the same system that's whooping you. It's not the system, it's you. So even though you can see the conflicts in the systems throughout the whole time with Malcolm X getting shot by his own people, you know what I'm saying, got something to do with the MLK. So you don't see none of these people as being agents. Rosa Parks stuff. We don't see none of these people being agents. Listen, they lied to us about our history, period. People don't even know about Native American wars that was right here in Florida. What happened? Florida Indians was not going for it. They had to wipe us out. Y'all don't understand. It get deep. You got your own roots to each thing. And then how they did it, I appreciate that subscribe. And how they did it is, guess what? They did it by the county lines. See, you thought it was by the city. No, it's by the county lines letting you know what natives was in what area. So that's the reason why they kept it just like that. So it get big and get deep on a whole nother level. I done broken down. Y'all go check out the videos. I just did it. I even broke down how the BOE, the Board of Education, was out to make us actually get lost into politics where we don't understand. So if Anton Daniels even went to a public school, that don't even make sense. Because you understand, if your child went to a public school, they're already behind versus a private school. Why? Because a private school come with grants, scholarships, and things that give your child a better view. So when you go to a college, it ain't about you just having a degree. It depends on what college you went to. So even when it comes to your social security, the reason why it builds off your credit based off of till you grown, because it depends on what area you stay in. So if you stay in an area that full of poverty, 9 times out of 10 your credit not going to be that high when you start off. This has nothing to do with race. This literally could find white, black, whatever you want to find inside of America. This is how this is done. You have Americans getting whooped out their own country. So I like how you aim at the Americans and you attack us, but you don't realize with other foreigners and not Mexicans, because Mexicans is part of America. Go look at the fucking map. It's just something where somebody drew a line and now say no, they're not. So when it comes down to that type of stuff, dog, we gotta get more common sense based. We can't keep letting these people separate us due to religion, due to politics, and due to how they like to play in the education system. So they'll try to make someone like him seem educated. No, it's not that you educated. You're lost into man's logic. So you believe in everything. I bet you was one of the ones believed in NASA going to the moon. I bet you was the one believed in that the CIA was hiding this and that. So when we talk about people like this, we understand that they have a certain agenda, whether they was chosen by the government or not. Y'all have to understand, everybody that's on our side might not be on our goddamn side. What's good, Nick? What's good? Yeah, what's good, mean? You say you got some, man. Bro, you crazy. But anyways, man, keep it going, bro. Nah, bro. You got something for me, dude? Send it through then. That's what you get. But anyways, man, for real, back to Anton, though. When it comes down to stuff like this, y'all, this is one of the people that make his own race or own people feel lower. And with bump race, what about race as a whole? Like the whole national part of where we from, right? Like we barely have anything to claim with inside have an upper hand. They get motherfuckers that come from other countries and they cosplay. They act like the people that we want them to be in. So when you even look at your Holy Bible, and I gotta break it down, y'all, you got to. When you look at your Holy Bible, it's never talking about Native Americans because this Bible wasn't written necessarily in English. It got transitioned to English. Even y'all, one of y'all favorites on the King James back in the 1700s, 1778, I think to be more precise. But anyways, when it come down to this stuff, it just to show you like, bro, these be real agents. These be people that really just like kick people while they down because of a society crush or the economy. What economy is you living in, bro? How you not seeing this? It's common sense to see that minimum wage haven't even tripled, but yet the cost of living for every single thing has quadrupled. How is that people fault of spending? Yes, people out here that has bad spending, but you can't try to use the one apple ruin the whole batch type of theory in this type of situation because that don't even make sense. You talking about people with their livelihood, bro. When sometimes people play around, but once they get down to a crunch time, and some people got kids and like other responsibilities, bro, they're not just letting their life go. So you don't understand no more because you done got out here and you done got whitewashed. You done became Uncle Tom. You done became an apple. So if y'all don't know, that's a derogatory term for what they used to call niggas once they became civilized. So when you become over civilized, you're white in the inside and your skin is red. But you, my brother, your skin not red. It's a little burnt. But anyway, let's get back to it. So you said Southern. What's good, Southern? But anyways, man, like when you go to get to cooking these type of people, bro, it's a reason, bro. Because these people, they sit up here and the only thing they do is give gallop, griff, and all this type of stuff. Like, bro, come on, man. Every time, at one point, you for some groups. Then the next point, you against them. So you don't know what you is. You wishy-washy. So at the same time, you part of the washy who. So we know when it come down to that, you don't have your... You don't know nothing about your culture, but you're a culture vulture. So you go against the people that look just like you, or even the people that's in the same type of areas where you came from. Because you know why? The people that had the type of swag, the people that had the type of characteristics that you did not have. You were just happy that YouTube struck and went rapid for you. You got to think. Some people just hit on YouTube. That's just what it is. Sometimes it's an algorithm. Sometimes it's about placement. Sometimes it's about timing. This doesn't necessarily make you a fucking genius just because your channel ended up going up. I don't be knowing what's wrong with these people. Like, y'all got to think. We're in a world where being smart is actually not cool. Have y'all ever seen the movies that been coming out? Even all the way from Scary Movie 1 all the way to 4. Then after that, the newer movies, Idiocity. Have y'all seen Idiocity? Y'all please go check that junk out. I ain't sponsored by nobody that made that movie. But I advise people to go see it because it really is. You got people over here so deep into politics that they done forgot the natural way of living. You get what I'm saying? Some people so deep into content creation that they done forgot it's the actual real world out there. So when we talk about people like this man don't have no actual characteristics. He don't have no godly gifts, talents. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so harsh on people without trying to take in an understanding of actually listening first to people, not just going off of it. You're sitting there arguing with one of your homies over him saying that the system is screwed. And you like, yeah, but look how y'all treat the system. Look at what y'all doing in the system. Look at it. If the people wouldn't have did it, the system already corrupt, bro. What game is you playing? You playing a game where they playing chess and they missing pieces automatically. So you can't even check me. You like, what the fuck am I playing? That's the matrix that you playing. You playing where you don't even get a break, where stuff only getting harder. The times of what your granddaddy could survive with, he can't survive with now. Well, how your granddaddy could have had one job and took care of the whole family and be able to say, yes, man, I love that job. They made sure they looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't gonna work no more. Granddaddy now will have to have 3 jobs. Look at the people. Man, I just went to a damn Publix today. It's 2 70-year-olds fixing my sandwich. But you sitting here talking about the economy is okay. It's all right. You sound just like Trump them. You sound lost. And that's the thing when the politics, yo, they're going to have things where we like them, y'all. Do not get that twisted. They're going to have things where they're relatable with us. They're going to have things that we like them. I told y'all how Kamala Harris had the black people with the Hoochie Mama theme. And then after that, you had motherfucking the Anton Daniels and the Donald Trumps. You get what I'm saying? And then after that, these is how these people roll. So they come in groups. So if y'all don't understand, it's like soul group. You know how you automatically like a person, or you just like, damn, I fuck with that person from like a different type of level. Like this is what it is. So they be going too far and too extreme with it till it start making you wonder, like, why is you trying to shake hands with these certain individuals so bad? All because of the money, bro. So you literally is a walking example of an Uncle Tom, or a walking example of a sellout. You'll sell your people out. What you do, you sit on a, what's the name, and you sit there and talk bad about them. And what I was gonna say, you sit there and talk bad about them, ridicule them, and make it seem like it's their fault, even if you see the status of living. Or do you? You know what I'm saying? Because I can understand when things is easy for one person, they might not understand what another person going through. That's just like death. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, yeah, I got this glick, I got this blick, I got all this. And then when a family member die, everybody sad. Police need to find everybody. Find the police and come on, bro. Come on, bro. These is all things that was taught to us. So I don't blame the people. I want y'all to understand that. If anything, I'm gonna point the hands at the motherfucker that's switching them views up there right now. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about YouTube. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, let's get to it. Because this is how they play. Like people like that, you ain't gotta worry about their channel, going to shit the shambles. Because it don't matter if you support it or not. It'll be someone that buy the views for it. Because you know why? They like their push and they understand the manipulation of numbers. So y'all don't understand it. That's the reason why they done had so many things talking about people view botting. Y'all don't think I'm in every area. I'm in every network, and I'm telling you, I know about the little streamer stuff too. So when it come down to people like the Cosinics, the XQCs, I know about not just black groups. No, I don't just on things like that. I focus on what people is watching in the whole. So just like everybody in the world, I be like, what makes somebody who don't mind going through the things they do in this world? So then I go to zooming in, and I be like, oh, okay. So this is what's more important. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, I get it. Entertainment over anything. I don't blame you. I guess when we get to a point that we're going through so much trauma in the overall world, this is what we do as grown people. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get off work and just watch YouTube, or just get off work and watch somebody just, do kiddie stuff all day. Man, I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, this is where it's at. This is the new world. I'm cool with it. So, hey, I just joined the program too. I'm doing the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So, hey, at the end of the day, when we talk about people that's joining the program, y'all got to remember, they work just like us. You didn't have so many celebrities getting into the streaming thing until the Cosinics and the Aiden Rosses went really taking off. This is what made these people get into it. So even with the Antons, we know how long you've been around. We know about it. That doesn't necessarily make it that he's not an agent. Y'all got to remember this. Some people see how things work. Some people are willing to do things for $1. It's people that play with algorithms on purpose. They'll put negative stuff in the title because they know that people love negativity. People love negativity over positivity. Ain't nobody trying to learn nothing. Ain't nobody trying to heal. Ain't nobody trying to have no spiritual growth. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to do none of that. But at the same time, want to complain, but don't want to stand up for what's right. So when it comes to our rights and morals, we don't even have them no more. We don't have no culture. That's the reason why people tell you this. Because why? You don't know where you're from. I can tell you where I'm from, what tribe, where my area is, where I reside at, and all. I'm Patano tribe. If you don't know it, go figure that out. You get what I'm saying? I'm part of the Teskomu Indians as well. So when we talk about real Native Americans, you got to know your shit. And it's almost like how they do nowadays. Just like I showed y'all the other day, yesterday, the zodiac wheel. It started not by no goddamn scientists and stuff or astrologers. No, it started by Native Americans. And it started off with the hawk, the beaver, and then kept going down. I just showed y'all that. In and off with the wolf as the Pisces. You know what I'm saying? The middle constellation would be the Virgo of, you know what I'm saying, the brown bear. So when I was showing people this, I'm literally breaking it down, showing you like, look, It was everything y'all talking about, medicines and all, herbal herbs that people didn't necessarily have to use. All of these pills that's chased and cut with the same thing that they tell us illegal, but in the same goddamn prescriptions and stuff that we use. Now ain't that crazy? Now ain't that crazy? Who is the real criminals? You know what I'm saying? Who is the real mafia? Who, like I just broke down the money laundering thing, but it's called just international transferring. So when we talk about stuff like that, who's the real criminals? So when you have somebody like this that see a whole system designed off of criminals, and we find this out later on throughout their lives, and they're controlling our justice system, that's not justice. Then they come out and be like, yo, look, these are the people. And this man sitting there like, oh, yo, why y'all still ain't voting? Why y'all ain't pushing Republican? Man, we shouldn't be talking about no red pill, blue pill, none of that stuff. We shouldn't even be talking about political branch, period. We shouldn't be talking about, all right, y'all, it's at this point, y'all, we need to be changing our route. It don't look like this game plan been working for us. Y'all, we done had 47 attempts with these people, and they haven't showed us shit. They care more about their big businesses and corporations. They're winning. They're not losing over time. They're winning. So we're looking at things where it's not in the hole for you. And then you got other YouTubers. So you telling me the other YouTubers lying? You telling me my boy that sell the cars lying? You know what I'm saying? Car sales guy. You telling me he lying? You telling me the guy that own a car shop is lying about the economy crashing and the prices of cars trying to plummet because of they can't sell them? That what you telling me? So then you telling me on the other end, people rent going up times 4 while they stay in the same apartment, nothing changed about it. It's okay. So you telling me, oh man, if that ain't no agent, yo, if that ain't no agent, why? Because you getting paid to say this? And what I mean by that, your views escalate when you talk down on your people, when you talk down on females. You better, bro. You better have a wife. You better. If I was you, I would hire her too, bro. Because of the way that, and I got people. I ain't worried about that. So what I'm saying is, in general, the way that you act, I can only imagine what someone like that go through in a household. You get what I'm saying? Like, damn, you going through someone like a single mom, da da da. That's not even what it is, bro. You forgot that they're playing God again once it comes to marriage. Marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper that gets you locked in and actually have you lose stuff if you don't sign a prenup. So you want the people, the same ones you telling to raise money and stuff, you want them to be married, and you don't understand how the other person may be, and you don't understand the laws that come with it. Some people just don't want the law all in their business. Like, yeah, bro, what the hell happened with you? I thought you said you was from the hood. What happened? That's why I be telling y'all they get whitewashed. So they lose everything that they was once taught. Every little more of how they was struggling and how that come up. Success started tasting too good for them. And some people start losing their purpose. So you got people where they put so much pressure on them because they know when that person get in position what they're gonna do. Then you got some people they play a card to them, like get in this position so they can make you wreck on purpose because they understand the facts of how fast you blew up or how fast something happened for you, the dramatic change. You're not able to withstand it. So you might not be media trained. You might not understand that some things ain't good to talk about. Some things you need to pass up on. But no, when you're an agent and you're doing anything to try to shake the hands of other men that make our world a disgrace, that peaky and brain shit, what you're doing today, trying to take over the world type shit. Come on, bro. You gotta understand, man. It's like crazy because now you get this little dude here, little peanut head dude, that if you look at him, you're not gonna. This not somebody that your child be like, yo, I want to be like him, like the Rock Johnson or John Cena or somebody like that. You get what I'm saying? No, this somebody like, yeah, who you said he was? Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to hurry up and explain his background before the hoes walk away or before the women walk away, period. It could just be women. So you got to hurry up and explain it. So it could be either one because neither one of them messing with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, and people know what I mean by that. It's certain women know what they is and there's certain women out there. That mean all of them ain't categorized as the same. That's the thing. By you being in the monastery, God or whatever with your little Christianity laws, you monasterize everything. You put everything in one. You try to make everything one, bro. That ain't how it works. You can't make everybody personality one. That's what God gave us for, the uniqueness. To be able to have creatibilities. To be able to put our different teamwork together, just like our organ system do. Can you control your organ system, sir? No, you can't, bald head. So you got to pay attention to what's going on because you getting used. You don't even realize that. You're one of the only people that's political pushing stuff. Oh, no. Forgot. The Neil deGrasse, they're on the science end. So you got a little Scientology. So if y'all don't look at it, y'all all coming from one of the 5 pillars. And y'all all holding down one of those things, whether you know you holding the light or the torch for it or not. It ain't about that. It's a spiritual warfare, buddy. You might can't see this. You get what I'm saying? You might can't see this. So you got to understand, bro, this is how deep it goes. Y'all be looking at people and y'all be wondering why people say certain stuff. These people not hating on you. bro. These people is okay in life. Everybody don't want to be big timer. Everybody don't want the million thousands views. You know why, bro? It comes with too much attention. It comes with too much of people being in your business and your every move. To the point that in the hood, you don't want a person to know your every move. That's why it's advise you to move. If you're in the hood, if you're in your own area where you came up from and you had your own money. So yes, we understand some things that you say. But because you have a little bit of salt over here, you throw a whole lot of pepper and all that other shit on the other game. You get what I'm saying? And you fuck up things because you don't understand when it comes to political things. And when you're trying to get a standpoint from coming at your people that's put in a situation at birth, you're sitting there blaming people that's put in a situation at birth. Yet someone from a whole nother country could come in and have more motels than any American in the world. Why you don't talk about that type of stuff? Why you don't talk about that Indians from India have more motels, which is one of the biggest businesses in the world, than anyone else in America? 60%, and then the other ones is by Asians. So why you don't talk about that, bro? Why you don't talk about how other countries or other people is here to come here from other countries and get checks? And I just showed y'all that yesterday live. I showed y'all that. It said, do other countries get paid by the government? It said no. Then it turned around and said yes, because it's the truth. I mean, what it's called, a something program, bright program, where they receive these things. And yes, you can receive loans just like how they have a PPP and all. And this is not to say go against each other, but it's just to show you how the United Nations show you how things plays with each other. So when you're seeing this, you're seeing that we all getting put against each other. It's called genocide. So you're taking each tribe, which they did back then. They went and got friends with a tribe and then came over and tried to take over other tribes. Played like, oh yeah, look, this tribe was trying to do this. This tribe not meant to be trusted. We must get rid of those. They always play those type of tactics. Why? They rather, what they tell you in their own war books. They say the best way to get rid of somebody is to have somebody else do it. Listen to their laws. Listen to how they think. Jealous of other gods, but yet it's only one God. Y'all gotta pay attention, because why you have polytheistic religions. So you have different things where a lot of people don't understand. So when you already in a religion, you're already in a magical square. And that magical square have 360s. It have what they call two demons at the bottom of that square. Then they have two angels, which is at the top left and the top right. So when you're looking at the logical angel, and then you're looking at the magical angel, you're looking at the logical demon, you're looking at the magical demon. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, this is no spookism. This is just telling you the same way you can have a good thought and a bad thought about the same thing. You can be like, damn, I might do that, but man, that might be a bad idea. That type of stuff there. Well, you know, when people not spiritual no more, they forget about their woman's intuition. Why is it called woman's? It's talking about feelings and emotion. So when you get that feeling and emotion inside your gut, inside the wishing area of you trying to rub your belly like a genie, or however you want to look at it, boom, this is where the magic comes from. This is where the power of things that, you know, might take the wrong turn. Oh, my stomach is turning. You get what I'm saying? It's like everything has its own vibrations to it where it's connected. So when we came along with creating words, it wasn't just someone coming over here trying to teach us something. It was the reason why they taught us that. It was to put curses on ourselves. So the more you get with your little catalog of vocabulary and just study your name, things like that, you're more lost into what they was telling you. You're Apple now. You could have been a Native American if you wouldn't have been so knowledgeable. But by you doing that now, you're Apple. You red on the outside, so you look like our people. You know what I'm saying? You look like an American, but then you're white on the inside. And I don't want y'all to get that mixed up, because the colorism is different. Don't let people get you lost into that. They got colorism, racism, religion, politics, educational programs. They got all of these things that put a person against each other. And y'all don't understand this, all this, even when it comes to basketball and football, this whole stadium. Go think about the castle days. What did they have people doing? Getting sat on fire. People getting ate up by lions. The only thing it is today is just a slightly safer. That's all it is, bro. But it's the same thing. A whole bunch of motherfuckers clapping their hands for a whole crowd of people doing something. Doing the same thing over and over for years. And it don't get tiresome. So you got to look at it like that. So when people even bought into that, the sports system, that's the entertainment. Y'all can't believe that these people was holding down entertainment. What you thought the television was for. They're trying to tell you what vision to get lost in. You just had to pick a bus, pick a route. Which route you want to get lost on, sir? Hey, right here, we have education. Right here, we have politics. Right here, we have entertainment. Right here, we have religion. Which one you want to get in, sir? Hurry up and pick one. And that's exactly what you did. Pick one. Instead of be like, man, I don't want to get in none of that. Why gotta get in any of that instead of learning about all of it? Thank you too, Trap. Thank you, Trap. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, y'all already know. Yeah, it's my birthday, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I ain't even say nothing. I just got instantly up here and went to cooking. I ain't even care about that. Y'all already know how it be. But anyways, man, it's just crazy because it's like, you see these people that, right? And they have you go in the house and be looking around like, hold on, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, no matter if you try to even make it real, these people, they talking points and viewpoints is unrealistic. It comes from a white ideology. And what I mean by white is not race, y'all. What we mean by white, remember, over here we'll be saying colonizer mind. Everybody ain't the same because of color. Don't let it get lost into it. Please don't get lost into that. Because that'll let you know right now, you know what I'm saying? You a baby spirit. You can't handle certain things. So they done play so much reverse racism and then racism on you that you don't even realize what you is. So just like I told the Hebrew Israelites, y'all all reverse racism. Y'all all hate the same people that did y'all. What happened to hurt people don't supposed to hurt people. But hurt people do hurt people. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have no faith or no survival skills of trying to do things on your own. Besides getting mad at someone because they're in a different area. So when you got all these different type of things, bro, they all play roles. They all got agendas. They all got leaders. So when you see one of them stand up for it, of course they're gonna pick that person. Of course they're gonna have this person representing this. So you already know, like the Neil deGrasse. The Neil deGrasse got all the black people that thought they were smart. You get what I'm saying? All the nerds and all the ones that be like, oh look, science. Y'all don't think science is man that they was talking about in their own book that they created? Y'all don't think that science was man, but science trying to do everything God did. They created lights, the other kind of lights, you know what I'm saying? Not just the whole fleshing system and stuff, like how Native Americans and other times civilizations way before. So I don't get, let me ask y'all a question. And I wanted for more people to be in here when I ask this. But just simply, how come the Native Americans was around 10,000s of years? They ain't have no problems with recycling or toxic waste. Hmm? Oh, because the material of the land was going back to where it came from. Oh, it was going back to dust. And then coming back into the world again. Oh. But now all this other stuff, when you manipulate and stuff, it makes a whole big difference. So now y'all see why it's very important. So now people want everything natural. Now once they starting to see how their body starting to get his ass whooped. Your organs can't break down the stuff that wasn't designed for it, huh? God told you I'm designing you to eat this, not no paper. You get what I'm saying? I ain't tell you to bite no tree. Like Like man, come on, man. It's the tree too hard. You'll lose all your teeth and can't even do nothing with it. So it's like already like just regular physical laws that apply. But why? They got to be the enforcers, the authorities of the law. So now when people get people like this in position, y'all don't understand. Y'all think that these people is in position because they're smart and they're hitting points. No, these people in position because they lost and they're hitting all the points that the colonizer mind want them to have. So it's just like the people that we all went to school with. Bro, we all went to school and we learned basically from the pilgrims vision. We didn't learn from the Native Americans vision because otherwise you would have understood why they even made the boat to come over here and start taking things. You would understand the Beaver War, which is talking about when they tried to come over here and take the fur. So when they seen us understanding how to use things and they didn't do the same thing, we wait the things down and know how to recycle it in a better way. The way that they do things, that's why natives or indigenous tribes usually use every piece of what they got. So when y'all see that, of course you'll see the teeth getting used for an arrowhead or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all got to think. It's using the material of the earth. It's everything recycled. God gave us plenty of everything. Everything supposed to be great. You had the Great Spirit. You had the Great Lakes. You had the Great Plains. Everything was great. They went and made everything good. They then took the good and made everything bad. So when it comes out of reverse psychology, this is what's being ran amongst people for years. So now people don't have no intentions but a small pea brain when it comes to actual intelligence. They think because they're knowledgeable that they're intelligent. No, those two different things. Of course you'll be knowledgeable. You don't read this manuscript over 1,000 times. I bet you would know it by heart. You get what I bet you would know it by heart. But if nobody made you read that manuscript, you wouldn't even know it at all. So if nobody made you read that doctrine, but you say you're not in doctrine, how you're in a religion and read a doctrine that's in the religion, but you're not in doctrine. That's one of the simple things. I don't give a damn what religion it is. It could be Hinduism, anything. Just think about that. How can you be in something, read the manuscript and say this is your whole book, and then say I'm not in that book though? But then as soon as somebody quotes you on something, you say in the book, and go to gift galloping, adding words and stuff, playing goddamn playing what's the name, add words to complete the sentence. Like no, that ain't what it said. Why you adding the sentence of making it more humanized? Wasn't they called the spiritual book for a reason? So didn't you supposed to take it as in spiritual system, how it was created, how the spiritual created the mind, then how the mind created the body? Oh, because you so lost into the Adam Eve thing that you thought it was humans. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. You thought it was actual humans, but forgot to say they was the downfall to humans. So when you say kicked out of heaven, all of us, y'all don't understand y'all own shit of seeing how we all on earth. If anything would have been a downfall of the humanity being a downfall. Humanity being a downfall to even the shit that's actually going on. To animals and all. Say it's not. Science ain't sitting here fucking with animals. Science ain't sitting here fucking with the water or making material that's known to harm the earth. See, that's the reason why that's what I be talking about, bro. They don't be liking it. Because at the end of the day, they gotta do this. They gotta do. And I don't even know. Hopefully it's still playing and connected. But that junk just crazy to me, man. It's like no matter what. As soon as you get to cooking, here they go, wanna play. Nah, man. At the end of the day, like I'm telling y'all, bro, it just take a common sense. It just takes somebody to shed that light. People wasn't shedding those lights in those areas. So you was brainwashed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when people shed that light, that real light on something, and you brainwashed by it, it's like somebody saying, come here. Bam! Grandma slapping you from the spiritual realm. Not your grandma that lived. We talking about your great grandma. You know what I'm saying? The Native Americans that died, they didn't have nothing to fight with. We talking about those ones. While we got everything that we don't even have to fight with our hands, just with our mind and our power, and we don't even want to fucking do that. We want to put our mind into bullshit that don't belong to us, and keep having us colonized, and keep having us washed, and all us going against each other. All us like, oh, I did like him, but I found out he wasn't a Christian. Oh, I'll bump him now. Oh, I did like him, but I heard him say something about black people. Oh, I did like him. I heard him say something about white people. Everybody got something that's wrong, bro. At this point, bro. Look at the destroyers. Y'all don't think that y'all pointing fingers at each other. Y'all forgot who did it? I told you. They throw rocks and hide their hands, dog. They throw rocks and they hide their hands. It's called the shadow powers, y'all. Y'all forgot. Oh, y'all forgot. Because y'all wanted them to come in the light. Y'all forgot they're in the shadows like, watch this, watch this. Bloop. I'm high. You know how when somebody on a cartoon throws something, it's like two people over here. Somebody throws something and hit the person, hurry up and hide, and this person here get beat up because the person only seen this one. It's like that. I don't think y'all understand. It's big kids. It's like teenage and little youth spirits that's trying to take over. Not grown. We're not talking about that's not grown people. No, we talking about young spirits. Yeah. I don't understand why people don't understand this. It's older spirits and younger spirits. Look at it. Everybody that had that one baby, you like, damn, this baby seem like they old as hell. Or this kid seem like we done seen this kid before. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done had that moment. If you didn't, you is. I don't know what done happened. You on the deep end that you probably don't. If you ran across this channel, it must have tripped you into the algorithm. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause this right here is the real deal space. This the real space right here. We in space right now. You see that? You see that behind there? We in space right now. Without having to die, because y'all gotta understand how that goes. We're putting the stars in the sky. We are the stars. Look at your body, buddy. You're a 5-pointed star standing up. If you want to get in Hinduism, you're a 6-pointed star or a Jewish star when you're sitting down, right? So that don't even make sense. So now when you talk about all that, y'all don't want to talk about like things like the blood libel, the things like that. Y'all want to skip past that. Then you want to get mad at Satanists as Christians and be like, look, they Satanists, they eat kids and stuff, or I mean, they eat people and stuff. Then y'all turn around and eat people too. Turn around and say, this the flesh, this the ideology. Y'all ain't gonna think about that. Then you got certain Christians that don't do that. So y'all got a whole mix match of what God told y'all to do, and y'all all differently. But yet y'all all like, yeah, we right over here. Sound like a whole bunch of fake, lost, confused individuals that just give me a disgust, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like it hurt the bottom of my stomach to see this junk actually going on. To see like it was really slaves that even fought. Native Americans to what years? Because I don't even like going by slavery because they get tricky with that, right? Because just in the 1865s, y'all was still going to war with Florida Indians, Florida natives. So what? So you get what I'm saying? So think about that. I just broke that down. I showed the Beaver War. I showed the war when they came here trying to get the fur. That's what's called the Beaver War. I showed the 7 years of war, which was the French and Indian War. I broke that down already. I showed you how the Board of Education tell y'all that we're not meant to learn how to be a critical thinker, but only to play specific roles, and was meant for us to learn the religious Bible, which was later on printed in 1778. For the most common one that people seem to like more was the King James Version. I done did all these breakdowns. You would expect a nigga to have been viral, would have been somewhere. But it just let you know the real native spirits of what done happened. The real Native Americans here, but we got to fight through a 1,000 bots. You get what I'm saying? We trying to wake up people, trying to help people remember who they is. That's why we don't even like using the word teach. No, we was all once here, a lot of us. Not saying every spirit is older. I just broke that down. You have newer spirits entering in. This is a whole world of recycling, incarnation, and all that. So the same bug you see go to another lifespan. The same thing you see, everything has a what they call a food pyramid. But how they really playing it off is that's the way that they look at evolution of the spirit. Then they turn around and they use the man of the caveman turn into a businessman. Y'all don't understand. The caveman is someone that's native, someone that writes so that they own they land, so they know how to catch fish better than anybody. They know how to climb trees better than anybody. They know how to take care of themselves. So when it comes down to the Tarzanian Indians and stuff like that, they're picking on them. Y'all gotta understand, bro. These people do these things out of derogatory terms on purpose. They try to like insult people, and because they realize people don't know what is going on, so they use the mock tongue thing to actually laugh at you behind closed doors because you don't know what they're laughing at. You get what I'm saying? You thinking, oh damn, I'm a Christian. You laughing, but I got God. They're like, nigga, I made your God. You like, nah, God got me. They're like, oh, you do? He do? Man, I'll turn your lights off tomorrow. Because we done gave them the power to play the authority of the world. And that's the reason why Native Americans didn't just give up. That's the reason why all of the males, what they said, had to die. They had to, because why? They wasn't giving up, bro. So now once that happened, look what world we got now. Now we got a whole bunch of individuals telling us to trust systems, so we ain't even got to go back there no more. We got burnt in. Let bygones be bygones, right? But now even when we skipped away here now, 400 years in, or 300 years later or something, now we still see we have the same problems with the same individuals we keep installing trust with. So we keep, oh yeah, this is my birthday, y'all. But yeah, either way, we keep installing trust into individuals that we clearly see we can't trust. And we wishing for something different. So they drove us actually all the same. So now you have anxiety on a high level, not to mention the foods that we're paying for. We're paying for foods that's damaging our kids. So when it comes out of the health of our kids, the NAACP and all that type of stuff, y'all got to start asking yourself, how did y'all even allow it to get by? How did y'all allow cement to be in honey buns or cement to be in powdered sugar or whatever? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can look at some of these ingredients and be like, what the fuck is that? Hold on, I think I seen that when I went to Lowe's. The next thing you know, you go to Lowe's and you look and you like, this the, no, that didn't. And you go to read in it, it got the same exact numbers. Then you go to look and like, hold on, that's a parasite. Why is we eating parasites? Just because of color, just for the color to be red. So just for them to advertise you to buy it, they don't give a damn what they sell you. They'll sell you a sock if they can get it to taste good. They're showing you this. I did a video, what it was, 5 years ago, talking about how the fake food gonna come destroy the industry. And they're gonna play it off by using people to get everybody to go vegan. So they used the agents back then like NLE Chopper. You gotta take this bullet. Cause what's going on now? You in the no frat boys because you jumped right behind the trains that was already false leaders. So when you followed these false leaders, you became one yourself because you already had the likeness hood of everyone else. So now if I wanted to go on a whole nother NLE versus what his name was, Foster eBay and all them other guys, y'all remember them? What happened? They doing other stuff. They ain't even doing the content that they said they was doing. They stopped even doing that. So now when y'all started looking, y'all like, what the fuck? Hold on, what's going on? Because they had assignments. And once that assignment didn't go through, or once that assignment was done, that was done. So a lot of people don't understand actual hidden agendas. It could be hidden from them. A lot of these people know and a lot of people don't know. But like I'm saying, you got to start thinking, man. You had a whole thing of these people and then all of a sudden they disappeared. Then you got the ones that be around because they know how to play and shake hands with the right individuals. You get what I'm saying? It's just like a record label. Which producers and stuff, I mean, which artists get treated the best? The artists that do whatever they label tell them to do. The ones that have a hard time are the ones that say, hey, I want to do my projects and stuff, they get mistreated. Y'all ain't noticed that? But they all be under contracts. They all be under NDAs. So it ain't like they can come out and tell you, bro, I got scammed like this. They got to wait till the whole contract be over with. By the time they tell people, people don't even care no more to engage. They be done fell off because why? They control the masses. They control and manipulate the numbers. So when you sitting there and you looking at numbers and thinking that numbers is talent, you super lost. You so lost because you don't understand. These numbers can be manipulated. That's why the whole Twitch community is going through something that's called view buying. They're not the only ones. You got every time that you're trying to make a monetization there and believing and going for the bigger number that you could get when to go for it. Even how payments pay out, right? To how you can gain. It don't work in their life. So just like I bought 100 truck, but you don't make 100,000. Those numbers manipulate.